So recently I was on a beautiful beach in Cornwall and I was trying to do some sketching, and I had my sketchbook on my knee, and I had to put a little cup of water here, you know, down next to me, and my paints again down next to me, and it was very uncomfortable. And it was one of the first times that I really thought about having a more integrated sketching solution. Now, I've seen a lot of people develop little portable easels and like floating easels, and those really lightweight setups where you have a little tripod next to you and a little seat to sit on, and then a tiny easel, and it's all super lightweight. But it's just too much faff for me. I can't be bothered with it. I think the if I was sitting down and doing oil paintings that took hours, it's very different. But that's not the way I work. I like to guerrilla it, you know. I like to just sit down, sketch for half an hour, and then I'm done. And I'd much rather sketch multiple subjects in a day, or even like fill an A4 page full of lots of different drawings than sit and painstakingly do a drawing for several hours. So I don't really need that setup, but I need something. I need a little bit of something. So that's led me to develop this little thing, which is, I guess you would call it a sketching board. And so I'm going to be showing you how I made this so that you can make your own. And I'm just going to be talking a little bit about why I've made it and what the advantages are of using something like this compared to a huge easel or something like that. So after messing around for a little while with some testing sort of setups, this is kind of what I've come up with. Now, with some magnets under here, I can just hold that one under there for now. I can actually get that paint palette attached pretty well there. I'm not so bothered about that. I could put like an elastic band behind that, but I think I'm going to be gentle enough with it. And then the sketchbook attaches on here with those bulldog clips. So this is basically the prototype, if you will, from cardboard. A very simple idea. It doesn't have to be complicated. I don't want it to be complicated. Slide that off there. So yeah, this is a sort of, it's a box section material really. It's so it's very strong in one way, but if you try and bend it in another way, what it's going to do is it's going to fold very easily. It's sort of like corrugated cardboard but made of plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 2 layers together, one this way and one that way. Okay, so I'm going to use just a Posca pen to mark this out. And I'm going to try and cut this. Now, I've not tried to cut this before. I'm going to use a Stanley knife and just go slow, and hopefully I should be able to get a reasonably neat cut if I take my time. I'm not going to try and do it in one. I don't want to compress the material too much because it'll take away its strength if I do that. The reason why I'm just radiusing off these corners is just because it makes it a little bit easier to put in and out of my bag. It also makes it slightly easier to hold, because inevitably it will be resting on my knees, and it also makes it as a little bit less likely to get damaged. If it had sharp corners, they're going to get knocked over and damaged. See how this sort of fits in my bag. This is quite a small bag, so it's not sort of perfect, but there is a slot in the back. So let's see how it works with something as big as an A4 page. Now, Putting these on is quite straightforward. I guess you could probably, with a bit of practice, do it in one go like that. There we go. Now with the A4, it's very easy to hold this here. So you can actually work very much like that, or put your arm around like that. But that's how it works with the with the A4. Yeah, so as you can see, that's fine too. And obviously you're going to be holding this more like this, because this is quite a small pad to hold, or even with your hand behind like that. So in terms of improvements to this, I mean, obviously you could embed the magnets in to make them more flush. In terms of the actual material itself, there's nothing stopping you putting some packing tape around the outside, because I mean, I guess eventually it's going to start fraying, and even around there you could put some tape around the outside to sort of seal it up a bit, make it feel a bit more finished. It's stiff enough, it really is stiff enough. Another thing you could possibly do is put some holes in here, and you could drop your brushes through there, you know, just sort of smallish holes just to hold your brushes if you wanted a selection of 3 different brushes. Another thing you could do is put a couple of holes with an elastic band through, and again you could, with an elastic band pushed through there, you could have a little pen holder in here, but I don't really need any of that. And in fairness, you know, if I was to leave one of these flicked up, I could just, or drop my brush through there. You know, if I'm that bothered about having a brush holder, there's no reason why I couldn't just stick that in there. If I wanted to sort of temporarily just put that down, or just, you know, lay it in there between the cup and the paint. So obviously this works with other palettes that I have. It's not going to work with plastic palettes. You know, you would probably have to poke some holes in and again run a sort of piece of an elastic band through and then hook on the pallets somehow. But it works perfectly well with bigger ones, and that's, you know, more than strong enough. It takes quite a bit to pull that off there. So I'm going to be using this when I go sketching in the wild, and I'll let you know how I get on. Finally, I just want to talk a little bit about cost. You can buy these kind of things off Etsy and places like that, where people are making very similar products. I mean, there's nothing identical to this, because I kind of looked at what they did and tweaked it for what I wanted. But they're around £30. Sometimes, you know, a wooden one will be less, but they're certainly not cheap. But everyone has to make a buck, right? You know. But I wanted to just to enlighten you on the costs for me to make this. Now I got correct sheets. I got A3 sheets, and I got 5 of them for around £10 or £11 actually, £11 off Amazon. And if I remember, I'll try and put the link below for those. Now that's 5 sheets. I've used 2 for this, so technically you could make 2 of these boards. So the magnets I got for this are perhaps a little bit overkill, but they're definitely going to be strong enough. And if you could maybe get some magnetic strip, it might work better. But because I didn't really know what I was doing, this is, as I say, Mark 1. But magnets wise, it was again about £11 for 8. And I'm sure you can get them much cheaper than that. But again, that would be enough to do 2. So £22 is the total material costs, really. I mean, obviously I had bulldog clips, I had double-sided tape, I had a Stanley knife, and I had some cardboard for the sort of prototype. So really this is like £11, I guess, each. Now if you bought enough material to do 10, I suspect the unit cost would be £2. It would be an awful lot less, because you can buy, you know, 50 of these magnets for like 15 quid or something. But I definitely think if you do a lot of en plein air sketching, it's worth making something like this, and it's a fun little project, you know. Now, I just want to say before, so I hope you enjoyed that and you find that useful. I just want to say before you go, if you want to learn sketching, you know, learn urban sketching, learn how to use watercolor, do check out my Patreon, which for a small fee a month, you can have access to well over 100 lessons. There's loads of great content on there. We're really developing a really cool little community as well, which gives me a lot of joy. So yeah, check that out. As always, please do like, subscribe and all that jazz, and drop a comment and let me know what you think about this little sketchboard, or whether that's something that you think would be useful or not. I know a lot of people like to go hyper minimalistic, and I know some people go out there with a full wooden easel, you know, so there's so hopefully this will sort of fall in between those two, yeah, those two people. Oh, I actually didn't mention about this cup. This is a little 270 milliliter collapsible silicone cup that I've had for a few years now, and it just lives in my sketch bag. It's really pretty good. One of the nice things about it is you don't have to extend it all the way. You can just extend the widest bit, and it gives quite a nice squat little cup that's got quite a sort of low center of gravity. So that works quite well in something like there. But obviously you've got to be careful with these sketchboards, because obviously if you tip them up towards you, you're going to pour water all over your beautiful artwork. I did actually consider flipping it that way, and there's absolutely no reason why you can't work that way. If you wanted to, just as a bit of a variety. I mean, literally that would just drop on there like that, and then you have your drawing at the top. So that's the other reason why this is the sort of way it's been designed, is because you can use it either way. Now the other thing is it can be used on the side. If you're working in portrait, there's no reason why you can't have this here and then have that on the side. So if you can see that. So this can clip on the side of your sketchbook, or it can clip on the top. Either way really. And if you were working landscape A4, you know, so it's really wide, you might want this on the side rather than on the top. It's completely up to you. There you go. So I hope you found that useful. It's a bit of a weird video for me. I don't normally do DIY hack things. I tend to do more art related stuff, but sometimes it's fun to do a different project. And when you have one of those odd days where you don't necessarily want to get stuck into a big tutorial, you don't want to be doing script writing or like thinking about lessons, something like this is just a little bit of fun to shoot and to do. It's another healthy form of play, isn't it? DIY in a way. So stay well, keep sketching, keep playing, be kind to yourself. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.